Hello everyone. Many of the waste in closed aquarium system are organic compounds, so they are called organic waste. Fish poop, uneaten food, or decaying living organisms are source of this waste. Organic waste pollute the water. Overgrowth of algae and cyanobacteria are signs of unhealthy water. Fish keepers know this. The best way to maintain fish health is to keep the water good quality. One technology for removing these organic pollutants is skimming or foam fractionation. This technique was first developed for wastewater treatment. With the same principle, the size has been reduced for home aquarium. The organic waste is bound to the microbubble, floating up and removed from the water in the foam. Foam happens when we inject the gas into the liquid with high surface tension. This is a quick overview of the skimmer, but if you would like to know more, going deeper, please subscribe, click the like button, and follow me through this video clip. Skimmer or protein skimmer. People think that it only removes proteinaceous compound from the water, but it can do more than that. Natural seawater has a very low level of amino acids, close to zero in the closed recirculating aquarium. So, what is that thing removed from the water? A carbon compound can be organic or inorganic, soluble or particle-like. The particle in water can be filtered mechanically, filter socks, and sponge. But the soluble carbon compound cannot be removed by this physical method. They are called dissolved organic compounds, or DOCs. DOCs are organic compounds that are dissolved in water. A protein skimmer is designed to remove them. Sometimes it is called a skimmer without protein. From my personal favorite, I love the term foam fractionator. It helps visualize how this tool works. Each atom of each element has its own ability to attract electrons. This ability is called electron affinity. The molecule formed by the same atom share the same electron affinity, so the electron cloud is equally divided. This molecule is a nonpolar molecule. The example of nonpolar molecule in our story are oxygen and nitrogen gases, which are abundantly in the air. On the other hand, molecules from different atoms have different electron affinities. The electron cloud is imbalanced. It is called a polar molecule. The most popular polar molecule on our planet is water. Water has very strong polarity. It is also called universal solvent. When the bubble is formed, nonpolar molecules of air are trapped inside, surrounded by polar molecules of water. The polarity of water bond to each other to form the wall. It is called surface tension. Now you can see that each bubble has both polar and nonpolar layers. The basic theory of solubility is the polarity of molecule. A polar molecule dissolves in polar solvent. A nonpolar molecule dissolves in a nonpolar solvent. When nonpolar molecules are added to polar solvents, they separate, just like when you add oil to water. DOCs are bipolar organic molecules derived from decaying matter. Large molecules of DOCs have polar and nonpolar structures. The nonpolar compartment attracts the nonpolar layer of air, whereas the polar component attracts the polar layer of water. So, the DOCs are stuck at the surface of the bubble. Contact time between DOCs and bubbles is important. The more contact time, the more DOC attached to the bubble. When designing a new skimmer, consider the optimal contact time. But for the general user, just pick one of many brands on the market. However, even though the skimmer is designed for removing DOCs, other large organic compounds such as algae, fish egg, and fish poop are also removed. Look like the skimmer is very effective, but some aquarium waste cannot be removed by the skimmer because it is inorganic. In particular, inorganic waste such as ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate are highly toxic to living organisms. A skimmer can remove organic waste from the system before they are decomposed into inorganic form. However, the ammonia that are already formed, both from decomposition and direct secretion from fish, cannot be removed by the skimmer. These nitrogenous waste, ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate, are called dissolved inorganic nitrogen, or DINs. Many people would like to know why we have to use the skimmer with the seawater. The truth is, we can use a skimmer in fresh water also, but the lower surface tension make it harder for bubble formation. If the organic waste level in the fresh water is extremely high enough, the skimmer will work. But freshwater fish may not be able to survive in such a condition. Interest in a DIY skimmer? Yes, you can do it. Just use a long cylinder tube, inject the air at the bottom. The floating bubble contact the water in the tube, and react with DOCs. The combination of foam and DOCs will accumulate at the top of your cylinder. If we take a closer look at the skimmer, you will see three important compartments. The first one is the reaction chamber that provides the air and water contact. The second part is the neck of the skimmer. The narrowing of the cylinder neck gives better foam fractionation. And the last one is the collecting cup, where the foam with DOCs is collected and separated from the whole system. The basic principle is so simple, but the details of each process make the difference. The shapes of skimmers available on the market are very different. The design of those skimmers aim to increase the efficacy of waste removal. For example, bombardment rate, or the balancing amount of air and water in the reaction chamber. The diameter and height of the chamber for optimal contact time. This is the keyword if you would like to invent a new skimmer. So now you know the principle of a skimmer. Let's talk about the skimmer's evolution. The most simple skimmer uses a conventional air pump. It is called an air-driven skimmer. This air pump has been used in aquariums for ages. But the normal air stone is replaced with a corkwood air stone. The bubble is extra fine. The corkwood air stone is placed at the bottom of the reaction chamber to produce a micro bubble floating along the chamber and react to DOCs in the water. The floating bubble also circulates the water in the tube. However, to adjust the foam level, you need to move the whole thing up and down. The next generation of skimmer is called Venturi skimmer. This type of skimmer uses the physical law of the Venturi effect. When the liquid is forced through a smaller diameter tube, the flow rate increases, but the pressure drops. When you drill the water outlet and place the tube in the air, the water sucks the air and mixes with the water. The Venturi skimmer uses a water pump instead of an air pump to increase the water flow in the chamber. However, because the flow rate increases, the contact time is lower than with an air-driven skimmer. The skimmer usually seen in the market is a modification of Venturi skimmer. The impeller is replaced with a needle wheel impeller. The needle wheel impeller reduces the flow rate and hits the air bubble to a smaller size. It is called aspirating impeller skimmer or air shredding. The lower flow rate gives extra time for DOCs to make contact with the bubble. That is the evolution of the skimmer. However, to choose the right one for your aquarium, skimmers can be classified into three categories based on installation method: hang-on skimmer, internal skimmer, and external skimmer. A hang-on skimmer is good for a small aquarium. It does not require sump, but the size and volume of the skimmer are the limitation. The maximum size of the aquarium supported by this market available hang-on skimmer is 300 liters. However, as most aquarists know, we often choose an oversized skimmer for our aquarium. It is good for use. It can remove your aquarium waste, and it is the only choice for non-sump aquarium. The next installation type is in-sump or internal skimmer. Most hobbyists use this type of skimmer. This skimmer often uses the technique of an aspiring impeller skimmer. However, some all-in-one aquariums also use an internal skimmer with air-driven types. The last one is the external skimmer. This type of skimmer stands out of the water. The pump sends the water from the system to the skimmer, which skims before returning to the system. This type of skimmer is less common in home aquarium, but in large systems where the skimmer cannot stand in the water because the servicing issues, this type of skimmer is often used. What is the best foam level in the skimmer? This is a very common question about skimmer. There are two types of skimmer adjustment, wet or dry. The high foam level increases the amount of waste removed from the water. This is called wet skimming, but the collecting cup need to be checked frequently, and the volume of water in system dry quickly. The fluctuating water parameter is the precaution. The lower level of foam in the skimmer neck is called dry skimming. The foam mostly reaches the skimmer neck, but only a few overflow into the cup. The DOCs became clogged and stuck in the skimmer neck. This waste is still decomposing inside the skimmer, which returns the waste back to the system. So you may need to clean it regularly. However, this may be an advantage for the system with ultra-low nitrates. For me, there is no right or wrong choice. It is up to you to choose the best for your practice. In conclusion, a skimmer is a very useful tool for organic waste removal before it's decomposed into inorganic form. However, the skimmer cannot remove ammonia, nitrite, and nitrate from the system. The activity of the nitrifying bacteria cannot be replaced by the skimmer. Biological filtration is still needed for a healthy aquarium system. Is it necessary to use a skimmer? The answer is no. I have tried many alternative techniques, including refugium or algae activity. They work well, but the skimmer is still a very effective tool, in my opinion. Last but not least, this is my first English video. If you like my video, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more informative videos in the future, hit the subscribe button. Be happy and stay healthy. Goodbye.